But first, Roger starts with a horror picture called Prophecy.
Yeah, except the only trouble is that Prophecy doesn't seem so much like a new summer movie as like an instant rerun of Alien, the science fiction thriller that's already the biggest hit of the summer. Now, if Prophecy took place in outer space, instead of in the forests of Maine, it'd be the same movie as Alien, basically, because both movies star a slimy, gooey monster with sharp little teeth that jumps on people when they have their backs turned. The only new angle in Prophecy is that it gets into a controversy over ecology when a doctor from the Environmental Protection Agency goes north to study some weird happenings in the woods. He gets a guided tour from the local Indians.
Why are these logs in here?
They come twice each year. Then they disappear.
What is that?
Zoekertje met jou. Ik hou kwijt. En in oosten voor geen oude kwijt.
He says he will show you why he calls it the Garden of Eden. What's wrong?
These are beetle roots. They should be underground.
Here.
It's a tadpole.
I told you things grow big here.
You've seen this before?
No.
No one has seen them. They're only in this pond.
What does this pond feed into?
The SP River.
That's where the paper mill is.
Aha, the old polluting paper mill trick. It turns out that mercury from the paper plant has polluted the environment and created a race of slimy, gooey monsters who look like a cross between, sort of like a grizzly bear and Godzilla. And the last half of the movie consists of a series of attacks by the monster, like this one, as the survivors barricade themselves inside a cabin. Great, huh? You know, how often have we seen that scene before? I think the last time was in Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And remember the classic Bigfoot in which the monster looked like Godzilla wearing a dirty shag rug? Or remember the classic Food of the Gods in which pollution created a race of chickens as big as Godzilla? Prophecy is the same tired old stuff, and the addition of topical issues like Indian rights, environmental protection, that doesn't change a thing. I think it was Gertrude Stein who once said, a Godzilla is a Godzilla is a Godzilla.
Something like that. You know, the problem with this picture, it's schizoid. On one hand, it wants to be a serious picture, sort of like the China syndrome, warning us about pollution and all that. On the other hand, it's got these sleazy monsters that you mentioned. It's a traditional horror picture. They should have gone one way or the other. Neither half that they created is particularly interesting.
Yeah, that's the shocking thing. It's a big budget, important picture, and yet the monster doesn't even have the ethical integrity of something you'd find imported from Japan. I mean, at one point, he's taller than a pine tree. He pushes aside whole forests. The next point, he's shorter than they are. He can hardly wade across the river. There's no consistency, and so you can't even believe the threat.
It's a lousy picture. On any other week, I think it would have been one of our dogs of the week.
Easily, very easily, yes.
And two no's to the laughable ecological thriller Prophecy. the only film I've ever seen to cross an earthworm with a bear and come up with a very silly monster.
On the basis of that set of mostly negative opinions, I think we should have invited Spot to sit in with us for the entire show.
You know, that happens a lot in the summer. There are a lot of lousy pictures in the summer.
This summer seems like it's very thick on the old dog days.